The iPatternStudio development team is proud to release version 2.0. Here are the highlights of what version 2.0 contains. The first thing is partial pattern support. It has come to light that due to the many changes and progression in pattern format changes, instead of waiting until iPatternStudio can fully support a pattern format, iPatternStudio will now do partial pattern support. The three formats that are partially supported in this current version are the Handy Quilter HQX encrypted format, the APQS Quilt Path GPF non-encrypted format, and the Shirley Stitcher QCC non-encrypted format. So here are the differences between full support and partial support. With a full support pattern, the user can register a quilting machine for that brand and pattern format. You can import patterns, keyword them, and most importantly, it will render the pattern file within iPatternStudio. Partial support means that you can still register the machine, you can import the pattern and keyword it. However, pattern rendering of the file will come later, and until it does, you will notice that the pattern software will show an image not available instead of the preview of the pattern. It's also a note in partial pattern support that we've added universal support for any pattern encrypted to the Statler code 99999 in their PAT format. This allows for the encrypted patterns that we do not fully support. You can get the Statler encoded pattern from your pattern designer that is encoded to that 9999 and import both patterns into iPatternStudio. This will allow you to view the pattern, but then continue to organize, keyword, but then export the alternate non-supported encrypted file. And most importantly, we've completely redesigned the pattern marketplace. It is now accessible at a general website address, marketplace.ipatternstudio.com, or also within iPatternStudio, the software. Once you have launched iPatternStudio version 2, you click on the Store Shop for Patterns, and you will be logged into the new online marketplace. If you've already gone to Account and logged in, created an account, or logged in with your existing account, when you click on Shop for Patterns, you will automatically be logged into the store. Alternatively, you can go to any web browser and type in marketplace.ipatternstudio.com and you will be taken to the store. From a web browser, you will need to click on Login, enter your username and password, and log in. You can also scroll to the bottom and create an account if you don't already have one. It's important to note several things. You need to be sure you enter a correct email address that we can use to validate your account. Also, you will need to enter a registration code if you already own iPatternStudio. If you don't, you can leave it blank and we will assume that you're a trial user. Eventually, though, you will need to get iPatternStudio Desktop, as it is required to be able to download the patterns. To learn more, visit the What is iPatternStudio video on our website. From the main page of the new marketplace, we have three distinct areas that we list. The first one is Clubs, Collections, and Patterns. The buttons for those sections are also at the top, but Patterns, Collections, and Clubs. When you click on Patterns, we list out the individual patterns themselves. We search across the thousands of patterns that exist across all the designers. You're able to search multiple designers, multiple categories, all with single keyword searching in the search bar, or by clicking on keyword groups on the right. You can also click on the View Patterns as a list, and the patterns will be listed in a list form with thumbnail and information listed off to the side. You will notice if you have an account and are logged in, you will notice a View My Cloud Pattern Library Only. When clicking on this button, the software will list the patterns that you have purchased from iPatternStudio Pattern Marketplace. And you will notice there is an Own icon on any pattern that you have already purchased, preventing you from being able to purchase it again. If you like a pattern, you can click on it. It will pull up a pattern detail page, a larger icon. Also let you know that you already own this pattern. If you don't, then you can add it to your cart or wish list. Pattern information is listed: the name, the description of the pattern, the author of the pattern, what category it belongs in, the name of the actual pattern file that you'll be downloading, when it was added to the store, the price of the pattern, the available formats, any keywords that are keyed on this particular pattern, and also any clubs or collections that this pattern is found in. We'll clarify what collections and clubs are in a minute. If I click on one of these keyword groups, it'll take me back to the pattern searching area and show me all the patterns that also have the word star as a keyword, or whichever keyword I clicked on. Collections are many different patterns that are grouped together, which are specified by the author, and the individual patterns are sold at a much cheaper price. So if you can find a pattern that is in a collection, you may find that you save some money by purchasing it this way. You will notice it lists out the number of patterns and for how much that collection is. If I click on that collection, I'm taken back to the pattern screen, and all of the patterns that are within that collection are listed, along with the ability to add it to a cart or wish list. Finally, we have clubs. Clubs are pattern subscriptions that you can have with an individual author. Each author has a certain dollar amount per month that they charge, with a certain number of patterns that they provide each month. If you want to subscribe to a pattern author, you type in your password for your account and click subscribe. If you find you're no longer interested in the patterns in that club, you type in your password and click unsubscribe. If you click on view pattern sample, you're able to see the patterns that are in the current month for that club. This can be a great way to automatically download patterns of a specific author that you know you like. In the account area, you'll notice that your registration code is listed for your software if you've already entered it. It will list out an account balance if you have one. These account balances are given using coupon codes. Also, all of your machines that are registered with your account are listed. You can view your wish list of patterns you're interested in purchasing. In your shopping cart, it will list all the items that you're interested in purchasing. If you click on the wish link next to an item, it will send this item over to your wish list. If you click on the X, it will remove it from your cart completely. You'll see similar controls in your wish list. Below your cart, you'll find payment information. This is where you're going to list out all the payment information for your payment method. This information is stored on authorized.net servers and not on iPatternStudio servers, and it is highly secure. Next, you have the history, and you can view all of your purchases that you've made in the past, along with links to the patterns, collections, and clubs that you purchased. If you're ready to purchase something and it's in your cart, you can click on Checkout, and you'll be taken to the checkout screen where you can verify what you're purchasing. It will list that you will be using your account balance if you have one. Type in your password and click Apply Credit or Purchase on your card. Once you complete your purchase, you'll go back to iPatternStudio. If you purchase the patterns on a web browser, you'll need to go find the computer with your iPatternStudio desktop installed and that has an internet connection. If you purchase patterns inside of iPatternStudio, simply go up to Store, check for downloads. iPatternStudio will then communicate with our servers. This will download any individual patterns, any collections, and any patterns that are in your subscription clubs. Also, it will download any pattern revisions that authors have released on patterns you already own. The time in which it takes to download a pattern depends on internet speed and the amount of data that needs to be transferred. You notice we have 8 patterns now, and as soon as it's done downloading, that will grow to the amount of patterns that have downloaded. And there we see we now have 39 items in the library, so it downloaded 31 patterns, all without having to fuss with email attachments, zip folders, unloading, installing, trying to locate those patterns on our computer. All of that was automatically downloaded right into our pattern library. One way to check which patterns just downloaded is to go over and click on List View. Click on the Date Added column and sort it, and you can see that the top set of patterns downloaded just now. And there you go, iPattern version 2.0. We have many more features we want to add, and we look forward to being able to work with each of you in making iPatternStudio an excellent solution to help you in your business and in your personal quilting enjoyment.